Welcome to Addicted2Triathlon. Whether you've been doing triathlons for years or you want to do your first one and don't know how to start, listen to our podcast, read our articles, check out our videos, and ask us questions. We would love to be part of your journey to becoming addicted to triathlon. Hey, welcome to Addicted to Triathlon, episode number 5. What are we going to be talking about today?
Well, it's a big subject, nutrition, which I have a hard time with. I never eat enough.
Yeah, never eat enough.
And
I eat too much of the wrong things.
Potato chips.
Oh, yes.
No, if you don't eat enough, there can be, your head problems. You feel like you're drunk and all that stuff. So just knowing and learning about all this is good to know before you start.
Okay, so teach me.
So nutrition is crucial for performance and recovery. There's key aspects we can talk about. Balance macronutrients.
Okay. What's a macronutrient?
It's the combination of the carbs, protein, and healthy fats, not bad fats.
So I can't eat
fuel
bacon.
your training.
So bacon fat is not good. That's not a healthy fat.
No,
Okay.
but it tastes so good. Smells so good. So, we can start talking about the carbohydrates. They provide energy, while protein supports muscle repair and recovery. And then the variety of fruits and vegetables and grains and the fats in your diet can help meet all that together.
Okay, so we're supposed to have all three.
Yes, which is sometimes
So I can't go just low carb and eat vegetables and salads.
Too many vegetables cause a problem.
Or a low fat diet, or I limit my intake.
Keto.
I can't do this and do triathlon.
I've tried that. We both
tried that.
And working out. When you just work out a little bit, that's okay. But when you're actually training for a marathon or a triathlon, yeah, that's probably not a good idea. But I guess some people can do it.
Yeah, some people do. There's the vegan triathlete, and then there's the fat adaptive triathletes. But they've got their program down. This is for the general public.
Yeah.
So one of the things we talk about is just having some kind of balance, making sure you have balance for the day. It doesn't have to be every meal is balanced.
Because if you go keto, with all this working out and training, your carbs, you burn them right through.
Yep, that's true.
Burn them fast.
And then you get foggy head
Yeah, and you feel drunk and yeah.
Yeah, especially
without even drinking.
If you're actually in ketosis and then you start taking carbs. Remember, we started feeling really weird when we were taking carbs.
Tired, your legs feel heavy.
And your brain was just I don't know. It was something was going on. We didn't know what was going on.
But it's good to eat carbs, but not overboard.
Okay, so what do we use?
And with the carbs, I really heavily do it with the carbs when I'm working out, and I kind of ease back when you're not working out as much.
Yeah, that's a good point, because we want to make sure that you fuel your workout, because if you don't have enough energy to actually do your workout because you haven't eaten the right foods, then you're going to have a bad time doing your workout, and then you're going to quit because you're going to think it's too hard. But if you before you go out on a morning run, you can have a bagel with some
peanut butter,
bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, put it all together. Digest for a little bit, and you don't have to wait a half hour.
But not a whole bagel if you don't want, just a half.
Yeah, you just need something that's going to fuel your workout.
I guess to go along with it is the adequate hydration for optimal performance. Just drink enough fluids with how much you sweat, because we did the sweat
test.
And it's math, which I let John figure out.
So essentially the sweat test it works if you're going to do it on some kind of indoor training, whether on a treadmill or an indoor bike training. What you do is you weigh yourself before your before your actual workout, completely naked. And then if you're going to drink fluids during your workout, you figure out, like, if you're going to use a 16-ounce Gatorade container, let's say that's what you're going to use. You figure out the difference between how much you drank and what's left, and you will weigh yourself after you actually do your workout. You'll subtract your weights from before your workout to after. That'll tell you how much you sweated, and then you will add back what you drank. So then you can figure out every hour how much you actually need to drink to stay on the same level.
And then I've learned, if you don't drink on the bike, you don't really feel like you need to drink, because you have the wind and you don't feel hot, but you're like sweating.
Right, but you don't feel like you're sweating.
Same with swimming.
Yep.
You don't feel anything, but then by the time you get to the run, you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so out of it.
You're majorly dehydrated.
Your legs are heavy. You can cramp because you don't have enough.
Do you remember how much your sweat rate was? We figured that.
1,500? No.
Huh? No, it was like, how many ounces of sweat did you sweat an hour?
I forgot.
It was we figured out you needed to drink
like
2 Gatorades. 2 Gatorades. Yeah, about 32 ounces an hour.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of drinking.
So one every half hour.
Yeah, which is a lot.
Because you...
But you don't notice that you're sweating that much. Yep.
So on to the pre-race fueling. That's like before you start racing. Consume, the balanced meal, digest it, take about an hour or so to digest.
Or is this the night before?
Well, it could be night before, or it could be like an hour before you go work out, practice. You can experiment with different meal options during the training to see what works best for you.
Yeah, like one of the things that
it's always good to practice when you're practice eating, when you're practice training.
So you know what you're going to do. One of the things we do for the night before a race is we make sure it's not really carbo loading, because if you carbo load, a lot of that stuff will still be in your gut the next morning.
I've done that.
And it's not digested.
Stop at every bathroom.
And it's just sitting there. So it's not doing you any good. So you have to know how much you can eat.
So I start carbo loading like a couple days before, like 2 days. And you like keep being fuller and fuller and fuller. And then by race morning, you just need a little something because you're still full from a couple days ago.
Yeah, the whole goal of carbo loading is putting as much glycogen as you can available in your muscles, because that's where it's going to be stored. So it's readily available when you are actually doing your race, or if you've got a long workout. But yeah, and if you eat a lot of spinach or lettuce from salads,
or too much fruit,
that's also
watermelon.
That's also going to still be in your intestines and in your gut. It's not going to digest readily. So
even just a little sprint, you got to be careful.
Yeah, you don't want any excess weight on you while you're out there doing your triathlon. So be careful. Practice.
And then, kind of with the alcohol too. A lot of people, when I was marathoning, I would see we would be out and people would be carbo loading with a big old bowl of noodles and then
beer,
a bunch of alcohol, beer. And then with drinking too much alcohol and too much carbs, you can't sleep very well because your body's digesting, your body's working.
Yeah, so be careful with that too. If you want to chase down, like if you're going to have an Italian meal and chase it down with just a glass of wine, that's fine, but don't overdo it.
Yeah. So race nutrition, like actually doing the nutrition during a race. So during a race, it can include electrolytes, consume the calorie and electrolytes to sustain the energy levels.
What is it you use
Electrolytes.
again? What is it you use again?
Endurance Gatorade. And it's not an advertisement. So it can include sports drinks, gels, energy bars, any other easily digestible foods that work for you.
Like sour gummy bears.
Sour gummy bears, gummy worms.
I did some today.
We started doing
I
that.
did some sour gummy bears
I
today
didn't bring it.
during the run.
I'll have to
I
practice.
liked it. Right before the aid station, I took 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then I chased it down with some Gatorade.
Oh yeah, that would be good because they're really sour. With the energy bars or
Yeah, you can use energy bars. I use fig bars. I don't know if they're
I use
organic.
too.
They're not organic, are they?
It says organic.
Oh, yeah. Fig Newtons. Those work just as good. It's just simple sugars. The fig will go right through you and get you the available energy. I used to do those on the bike because I wanted something solid to eat on the bike. Because on the run, it's really hard to eat something solid. So
Yeah, some people, we talk to people or watch people and they've used like a baked potato or
yep,
or
done that.
like a sweet potato where they like cut it up and
Yeah, there's a lot of options. Or you can buy the goo gel. You don't like the goo gels because you don't like the consistency in your mouth.
no.
I've used those in some races. Yeah, it's
I'd rather have real food.
after you've had a few
Yeah.
goo gels or some kind of gel, it's just kind of like, yeah. So our options for eating something more solid, I think we're being drawn more towards.
I mean, I was thinking during the half Ironman, I might practice with like a baked potato, like a
They don't have the baked potatoes in the half Ironmans, only the full. They have bananas though.
I mean, if I bring one
Oh, you're gonna.
in a bag,
Oh, okay. Sweet potato.
whatever, sweet potato.
Okay. As we get in your training, we can practice it. Practice.
I know when the training gets a little long because I get so hungry. I would rather not be starving by the end of the race. So after the training session, muscle repair and glycogen replacement, that's important.
So some protein and some kind of electrolyte drink or carb drink. Chocolate milk.
Sugar, protein. Yeah, chocolate milk after.
Yeah, I like chocolate milk after a race. It's good. A beer after the race.
Beer, the small.
That's
beer.
when you can have a beer.
Yeah.
That'll help.
And then the combination of carbohydrates and protein within 30 to 60 minutes after your workout.
Do you know why that is? It's more readily absorbed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll digest right away and your body will absorb it quicker than if you ate it like 2 hours later.
Yeah. So it can be like a post-workout shake or a meal or a snack.
Yeah. What was our meal our last 2 races after?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
It's not too heavy, but it's not too light. I mean, tacos.
Yeah.
Heavy burger didn't really sound good.
Yeah. We used to go to Whataburger, which is a chain in the South.
Heavy.
But yeah, it's a big chain. But yeah, it's pretty heavy. So that Taco Bell may be our new thing after.
Or some kind of taco from another place.
Something.
Doesn't have to be.
No, they used to have those big old burritos at the end of races.
Oh, yeah. Those are good.
Those were really good.
Yeah. But they were like handing out pizza afterwards.
Yeah.
They hand out beer. They hand out bananas, chips.
Yeah, we've
oranges.
seen apples and oranges. Sometimes they had breakfast burritos. So just get something with carbs and get something with protein so you can replenish it back. Because if you don't, you're going to feel it.
Yeah. So it's just an individualized approach. It's just you don't have to follow everyone else. It's just what feels good to your own body, what's how much training volume you are doing, or any personal preferences, like if you're vegetarian or
So you got to figure that out.
or you're allergic to wheat or gluten or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't have to follow everyone else. It's your own food journey.
Okay, so on a general, everyday, day-to-day, what do we do?
We've been trying to follow the 40-30-30 diet, which is known as the zone diet. It's a macronutrient based, which we've talked about. Consumes of 40% of the calories of carbs, 30 from protein, 30 from fat. The main idea behind the diet is to balance your macronutrient intake to stabilize your blood sugar, so you don't have the floaty head. Promote weight loss, improve overall health. So like I've been using like the 40-30. I've been tracking my carbs and protein in Lose It app.
Used to be free, but now you have to pay for it.
Yeah. So I've just paid for it. It's like $20 on Lose It. And you can put down the percentages in the app and it tracks everything.
Well, let's get into more detail about what carbs are and what protein is and what are some examples?
So different carbs, like a potato, a sweet potato. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, so there's also vegetables and fruits.
Yeah, vegetables.
Like cauliflower.
Yeah.
Has carbs in it, if you
broccoli.
Know. Okay. Whole grains.
Legumes, yeah, the beans. So these carbs are like the ones we just named, are slower to digest, provides sustained energy, and avoids rapid spikes in your blood sugar. So if you had like a potato chip.
Yeah, that goes right through there.
Yeah.
Bam.
And then you crash.
You get that immediate sugar high, and then you go below your normal level. So yeah, so be careful with that. Fruits, I like fruits, but
like berries are lower in carbs. Strawberries, blueberries are really low in carbs.
Are they? But they're high in antioxidants.
Well, that's good for you.
Yeah.
But they're good in carbs. But like bananas, they're very high in carbs.
And they have vitamin K.
Yeah.
Potassium, or not vitamin K, potassium.
Yeah. And then like pineapple, very, very high sugar. Watermelon, very, very high sugar.
Yeah. So you're going to have to experiment with some of these till you get a list of what works for you, because it doesn't, what works for one person won't always work for the next
individual person. Approach.
Okay. Proteins. That should be self-explanatory.
30%. So the carbs was just 40. The protein is 30.
So what can you eat with proteins?
Chicken, fish, turkey, lean meats, eggs, plant-based proteins such as tofu, and legumes, beans. And some people can handle beans and some people can't.
This depends on what beans.
If you eat too many beans, it could be a bad thing, upset your stomach, and you just got to try out different beans which you can handle.
So beans, you can also do, like if you did rice and beans, because that rice and some beans only provide half of the total type of protein. So when you mix them, you get the complete protein. So you can also think of that.
Yeah, the protein, it's essential for muscle repair and overall metabolic health.
Okay. And it satiates.
Like your metabolism.
And it satiates you. Okay, fats.
30%.
Bacon grease.
So good. so good. So the fats, they help play a role in hormone regulation, brain function.
To make you satiate. To make you full.
What you just said.
Yes.
Yeah. Healthy fats like avocados, so good. Nuts, seeds, olive oil, fatty fish like salmon.
Yeah, so not bacon fat.
No. I mean, you could have some, but you can't overdo it.
Like everything, don't overdo it.
No.
Yes.
Like if you eat too much fish, that's way too much mercury.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting you went there. Coming from California, that's a thing.
It is?
Yes, from the Sacramento River.
Well, I've just heard it. Yeah. Avocados, I mean, you don't have to just eat avocados. You can mush it up and make some guacamole.
For your tacos?
Yeah. Nuts, like different nuts. Like almonds are like better for you. Walnuts are better for you. Peanuts are kind of less better for you.
Get a mix of nuts that have a variety.
Pistachios. I eat a lot of pistachios.
Pistachios are good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So The 40-30-30 ratio can help some individuals with weight loss, the stable energy levels, and control hunger.
Yeah, so we actually did that a long time. Before we were working out, we did the 40-30-30. And we did lose some weight when we were doing it.
Yeah.
We were doing just some simple exercises.
Any of this doesn't include any like dessert. There's no percentage of dessert. There's no percentage of sweets in there.
So have dessert. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things we talk about.
You have like popsicles or
ice cream.
You can have ice cream, just don't overdo it.
Pie.
Yeah.
Cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't overdo it. Just, don't eat a half a cake. Just eat a slice. Then you have it for the next few nights.
Yeah, then you don't have to, when you're trying to keep it away from it, then you go crazy.
Yeah, and don't overdo it. Like if Caitlin always tells me this, because where I used to work, people would bring in desserts and I would not have any. And she's like, stop that. Yeah. Enjoy the time with your coworkers and have a slice of cake. If it's a half of a slice, then have a half of a slice.
I've been asking people, I'll just have a bite. Can I try a bite?
Yeah.
Can I just have a...
Enjoy the social time with your coworkers or family or wherever. Don't be those kind of people, because it's not going to hurt you unless you overindulge.
Yeah, like I have some kind of gluten allergy. So like I try to stay clear of cake, but some cakes I can eat, but some cakes I can't.
And you're learning which ones.
Yeah, like the expensive cakes, they don't hurt my stomach. The cheap cakes, they hurt my stomach.
So probably there's some kind of processing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to scratch.
Yeah.
Scratch cake. Yeah, so just that advice, don't overindulge. If you find something you like, mix it up. Like she was talking about avocados. You can do different things with avocado.
Yeah, you don't have to be boring.
You can just, but don't eat avocados every day. Find something else so that you have more options. Because some days you're not going to want to eat an avocado.
No. So
find something else.
Shove some peanut butter in your mouth.
Some good... Let's talk about some of the good breakfasts you've made.
Breakfast tacos.
Tacos is that in corn tortilla?
Corn.
For you, because the flour tortilla affects you sometimes. I can eat flour tortillas just fine. You've had eggs with avocado.
Sometimes I get tired of eggs, so I switch to like oatmeal with some blueberries in it.
Okay.
Which you don't like oatmeal. Well, I guess you do, but...
I have bagel with cream cheese. That's good. It's got fats.
Sometimes...
And carbs.
I put bagel cream cheese with some strawberries sticking to it. It's really good.
Oh, really? Huh. And then snack ideas, like frozen blueberries are great in the summer because they're frozen and you can just grab a handful and pop them in your mouth.
Yeah, mixed nuts. Or if you want to do the vegetable thing with the hummus or celery, baby carrots.
Yeah, there's all those different kind of hummuses that you end up buying. So, yeah, I never liked hummus before, but the ones you buy, those are good.
Yeah. Or when you come home from work, I like to pre-cut the celery and the carrots and have it staring at you.
Okay, what do you dip with the celery and carrots? Because those are gross.
In hummus.
Oh, just hummus.
Yeah.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese
dressing. That works.
The celery, dip it in some peanut butter.
Yep. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ideas you can have. There's tons of information out on the internet. So feel free to go look at all that stuff. But again, this is individualized to you. You don't have to follow everybody else. You just figure out what works for you and what you like. Because, if you don't like hummus and you don't like avocados and you don't like kale, well, you don't have to eat it.
You don't have to follow everyone else.
Just as long as you're getting your nutrition.
Except it is fun to cook kale.
When you bake your kale and make kale chips.
Salt on it. Really good. It's all crispy.
What is that? What's that oil you use?
The olive oil.
Olive oil. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Asparagus. We learned how to cook asparagus in our grill.
The foodie.
Yeah, so it's but you've wrapped it in bacon.
Just one thing of bacon.
One bacon with 8 wrapped around 8 spears.
Mm-hmm.
And
Five or something like that.
it's kind of, is it air fry? I think you air fry.
it.
Yeah, so it's really good.
There's no grease.
The grease strips down, so you don't have grease on it, so it's all kind of dryish. So it's really
Crispy.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, crispy. That's it. It's good.
Yeah.
Then a big bag of potato chips. Oh wait, no, that's me again. That's my one indulgence. I get a bag, and it lasts me pretty much 2 weeks to a month, because I just have a few here and there when I want some taste.
Yeah.
Soda. What about soda?
Oh yeah, the soda. What was I saying about the
Hydration.
hydration? Like a Coke, that makes such a difference of having like a real Coke after your race or after you've been working out with the full-on sugar. It brings your head back,
Clears it back up.
from floating. It's like disintegrates everything.
Disintegrate. Disintegrates?
Disintegrate. Yeah. All the, I don't know.
Do you just need
Gives
sugar?
the sugar that you need.
You need the sugar that crosses your blood-brain barrier.
Yeah, exactly.
So it gets infused.
And then you feel like you're here.
You're human again?
Because like when you're lose all your sugar out of your head, I'm like, John, are you really here? I'm seeing things. I don't know.
Yeah, you've had that a few times. So even today after our race, I told you, oh, go drink a Coke.
Yeah.
Even though you weren't feeling it, because you were going to feel it.
Yeah. It helps.
Okay, what else we got? Is that it?
That's it.
That's it for nutrition?
Yeah, we did a race today. It was fun.
Yeah, that was good. You beat me
Just
again.
a little sprint.
You beat me again. You actually passed me.
It was so hot and so windy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was fun. It was fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
We've got another one next month.
Mm-hmm.
But we're starting your big training.
Oh, so the nutrition definitely comes into play.
Yep, you're going to need to practice that.
Yeah.
Then we can have a list for when we go travel. We're going to get a hotel with our own kitchen, so we can make whatever it is you need for the night before and for breakfast the next morning.
No, we don't have to rely on
Start.
restaurants
Yeah.
putting all their gibberish in. I mean, we'll probably go for the night before for a meal.
No, we are?
I mean, we
Okay.
can do that. Yeah.
All right.
But that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to our episode 5 on nutrition.
Addicted to triathlon. And keep trying.
Keep trying.
And try.
It's stay addicted and try. That's your saying.
But stay addicted.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.